My son mocked my accent. He went silent when immigration officers came. For him, not me. I never expected my own son to be ashamed of the way I spoke. My name is Elena Cruz. I am 60 years old, and I have lived in the United States for almost 3 decades. I came here legally from Central America in the early 1990s. I was young, scared, and determined. I didn't come chasing luxury. I came chasing stability. English was never easy for me. I learned it late, after long work days, listening to radio stations and repeating words quietly while cleaning offices at night. My accent never disappeared. It became part of me. I raised my son, Michael, mostly on my own. His father left when Michael was small. I worked whatever job I could find: housekeeping, factory shifts, cafeteria work. I paid my taxes. I renewed every document on time. I followed rules even when I didn't fully understand them, because I knew one mistake could cost everything. Michael grew up American, confident, fluent, comfortable. As he entered his teenage years, I noticed a change. He began correcting me in public, at first gently, then impatiently. "No, Mom, say it like this. People don't talk like that here." Once at a grocery store, the cashier asked me to repeat myself. Before I could, Michael stepped in and said, "She has an accent." "Sorry." The cashier smiled politely, but I felt something heavy settle in my chest. At home, I asked him quietly, "Why you do this to me?" He shrugged. "I'm just helping you. You sound foreign." Foreign. I stopped speaking much outside the house after that. Silence felt safer than humiliation. Years passed. Michael went to college, then dropped out. He moved between jobs. He was smart but careless, confident but impatient. He assumed the system would always bend in his favor. What he didn't pay attention to were the documents his father had mishandled years ago. Paperwork connected to Michael's original entry into the U.S. something incomplete, something unresolved. When I asked him if everything was okay legally, he laughed. "Mom, relax. I was raised here. I sound American. They don't come for people like me." By then, I had already become a U.S. citizen. It took me over 20 years. Background checks, interviews, fees I could barely afford. I studied at night after work, memorizing civics questions with tired eyes. On the day I took the oath, I cried quietly. I didn't tell many people, not even Michael, not because I was hiding it, but because I had learned that my achievements didn't matter to him. One Tuesday morning, just after sunrise, there was a knock at the door. 2 men stood outside, calm, professional, jackets with clear identification. "Are you Elena Cruz?" one asked. "Yes. We're looking for Michael Cruz." Michael came out of his room, annoyed. "What's this about?" They asked for identification, then documents, then clarification. The conversation changed quickly. Michael's confidence drained from his face as they explained what he had ignored for years: an expired status, a process never completed, notices he had dismissed. Then one officer turned to me. "Ma'am, may we see your documents?" I reached into a drawer and handed him my passport. Blue. He looked at it carefully, then nodded. "Thank you. You're all set." Michael stared at the passport in my hands. "You're a citizen?" he asked, his voice low. I nodded. "I have been for some time." The officers issued Michael a notice to appear. No handcuffs, no shouting, just quiet consequences. After they left, the house felt different. Heavy. Still. That night, Michael sat at the kitchen table, without touching his food. Finally, he said, "I thought you were weak because you didn't sound like them." I looked at my son, the boy I crossed borders for, sacrificed sleep for, swallowed pride for. I didn't survive because of my voice, I said calmly. I survived because I respected the law, worked honestly, and never assumed I was above anything. He didn't argue. In the months that followed, Michael hired lawyers. He waited. He worried. He learned patience the hard way. And he started listening, really listening, when I spoke. My accent didn't change, but the way he heard it did. Today, when I speak without apology. My accent tells the truth of my life, of work, endurance, and dignity. And for the first time, my son understands that sounding American never made him secure. Doing things the right way did.